Guys, what's going? Ready to roll out, doing a race. Got 40 here, so it's gonna be it'll get hard, I'm sure, at some point. Triple recording power meters. See how this goes. Not really, Weebles. I'm on the kicker right now. On the cross bike. So, we're using kicker for power. I'm recording the stages in the power meter. Power meter seems pretty well flaky still. It's okay right this second compared to the stages. But it's having moments still. We'll see. So now we've got multiple recordings going. We'll have a better idea where things are at. No, I didn't try the factory spin down. I didn't go look for it or anything. Maybe after this ride. Yeah, I'm racing Basalt. I feel like my kicker's too high.
You paint me red in this light that isn't mine, finding every reason you can find to question my love. Remember that it's not me. I was never the one who broke your heart. We both know I've been gentle from the start. So though the questions keep on coming this time, you know that I'll listen. You know I'll be patient.
Be interested to see what the power numbers look like after this ride. So far, the pedals haven't looked that bad.
You can trust me. You know I'll be faithful to you. You're my baby.
Right now, the kicker seems high, though. Just at the looks I get, I mean, there's times where they're pretty close. I'm not recording the kicker on a head unit where I can see an average, though. So it's kind of hard. I'm just looking at individual moments.
My style, even though it's so clear to me, you shouldn't base the future on the past. I know you really want this thing to last. So though the questions keep on coming this time,
I might need to do an advanced spin down on this kicker. Do a little more.
with you, you're my baby.
Getting it sorted.
Maybe this time, you'll know you can trust me. You'll know I'll be faithful,
No, I think that
baby.
my numbers in the race seem higher than the stage's power meter. So, I don't know. Not like crazy, but a little bit.
I don't wanna fight now. You're barking, you bite now.
Like, these efforts seem pretty close. But when I'm
Lost your sight,
resting,
I'm holding it tight.
kicker seems high.
See through the night now, to show you my light now, to paint these walls white now. I don't wanna
I got a lot of oddities going on. It's new kicker,
fight now,
pedals being hokey,
right now that you've
so
lost your sight now.
it's a headache.
Holding it tight,
Figuring out what's right.
can't see through the night how, to show you my light now, to paint these walls white now. So though the questions keep on coming this time, you know that I'll listen. You know I'll be patient.
Yeah, this is the kicker in game right now.
Maybe this time, you'll know you can trust me. You'll know I'll be faithful.
The pedals are reading way low
Questions keep
than the stages.
this time, you know
Kicker seems to be
I'll be patient.
20 or so watts high compared to the stages.
You know you can trust me. You know I'll be faithful to you. You're my baby. To you, you're my baby. To you, you're my baby. To you, you're my baby. I don't wanna fight now. You're barking, you bite now, to prove that I'm right now, that you've lost your sight now. I'm holding it tight now, can't see through the night how, to show you my light now, to
Very lazy race though, so it's really hard to get a real feel for effort anyway. Pretty lazy race here. I know the pedals are completely whacked out now, because they're reading way lower than the stages. I've never had accuracy issues with the stages, other than left only, just being a little low. But the pedals are, oh, at least 10 to 15% lower than the stages right now. And the left-right balance is getting to be skewed more than 10% now. So one of the pedals isn't reading right. Part of what's messing with my head, I think, is this race is so easy. I feel like it shouldn't be this easy, but if I look at the numbers, I'm holding less than 3-3 for the race. Yeah, my average power right now is 3.2. Somebody's gonna 40 or somebody will try to go off the front here on the climb coming up. Thanks, Doc. Gosling guy will cover moves here. expect the tunnel kind of go completely off the wagon crazy here.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Ain't it funny how all the games played out? Like I don't know what you're doing when you stay out. Try to lock me down, I had to break out. Cause you lie, repeat, rewind, retweet, then act like hoes that you see on TV. What a crying shame with a body on that frame and a half a brain. Think about the time you take up when you put on your makeup.
Please don't worry about a thing.
Think about the time you take up when you put on your makeup.
Please don't worry about a thing. I'm sorry, baby, that it didn't mean a thing. I can see you're hurting, I know all the worry that it brings. Believe when I tell you that it didn't mean a thing. 'Cause you're the one that I want, so please don't worry about a thing.
Any other day you could lie to me and I said, baby, it'll be okay. But today is not one of those special days, and baby girl, I'll be on my way. I'm doing me, and any other day you can cry to me and I'ma wash those tears away. But everybody knows that you play it sweet, girl, you ain't no Sarah Lee. I'm doing me. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Ain't it funny how all the games played out? Like I don't know what you're doing when you stay out. Try to lock me down, I had to break out. Cause you lie, repeat, rewind, retweet, then act like hoes that you see on TV. What a crying shame with a body on that frame and a half a brain. Damn. Yeah. With a body on that.
See how this goes.
Yeah. With a body on that frame and a half a brain. Damn.
We'll go down into the tunnel here in just a little bit.
I've got something for you, and I can hardly breathe. Something draws me to you, it's taking over me.
My verse working for nothing.
Don't know where you came from, but you're cutting deep. When the
The 40's off. 40 dropped out. Alright.
magic sparks inside who we are. I've got love for you. I've got love for you. I've got love for you.
Slater's got potential here. Slater, Gosling are the strongest 20 minutes here. Now the 40 left. Gosling's higher than me. Slater's pretty even with me.
Broken scenes, floating through the puzzles and the endless screens. I've got Oh girl, just say something. Oh baby, won't you say something? No running, you got me thinking about the state I'm in. Going back to that place we met. Yeah, I've been feeling lost somewhere deep within. No, I can't turn back, I need that grin, that loving. You say you want it, baby, take this in. You're feeling spent, but I know you want it, I know you want it. Oh girl, you know what I've been through. I don't know if I can do this on my own. Oh baby, tell me what to do. I don't know if I can do this on my own. I've been drinking, think I'm faded way too much. Don't think I'll make this on my own. Well, fuck it, I'm just saying I don't know if I can go through this alone. On my own. Oh, nah, nah, nah.
These guys just flat sat up here.
Girl, let me say something. Oh, baby, let me say
If they do this last lap right after the hill, I'm gonna launch it.
let me calm your nerves, take it in, just take it in. I'll grant you everything you wish. I'll give you all the things you list. Just reminisce, taking back the times we miss. Got you saying that you needed this, you needed this. Oh girl, you know what I've been through. I don't know if I can do this on my own. No. Oh baby, tell me what to do. I don't know if I can do this on my own. No. I've been drinking, think I'm faded way too much. Don't think I'll make this on my own. Well, fuck it, I'm just saying I don't know if I can go through this alone. On my own. Oh, nah, nah, nah.
Oh, no problem, Carlo. I saw you were out there earlier, so I jumped over there, gave you the follow. I didn't catch what you were streaming. Hey, Steely, what's up, man? Do a few fake outs. Let him start ignoring me for later. No heart rate. Really? Oh, nice job, man. Nice job, Matt Jazz. That's awesome. 20 minutes I can hold like 180. Lactate threshold heart rate, I think. It's over 180. 180, 182. Something like that. Max at 196. For some reason the voices aren't working in my I see, I see. Okay, awesome. I had some stuff muted. Here we go. Now I can hear you guys chat. If they had it on Swift, I'd come watch it, man. These guys keep kind of draft sticking and getting away from me. Trying to decide with two, if easier or harder. If I attack and they look at each other, I could get away. But if they're super jumpy, because they know they don't have as many people to cover, they could be tough. Could work either way. Gosling's got no heart rate. I don't know for sure, Carlo. Zune, right? Later, Matt Jess. Thanks, Bruce. Later turn, I think. I'll try to send it here in a minute. Not sure how committed we'll get to going, but kind of hoping they get hard on the hills here, and then I'll go right after the hill. Let them soften up the hills here a little bit. Yeah, Gosling push. Push it. We're gonna hit him on the here. Gosling's gonna pull it back.
She found a way into my heart. Oh, oh, she don't make up, no, she make art. And I need a way to treat it, cause I keep getting high.
He's got no heart rate.
I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running
I want to type. Damn it. Put on a damn heart rate strap. Five, 3. This is 20-minute number.
Nights can get me feeling lonely. Hey. And hearing music that can make me smile. But the way I feel with her cannot be explained. But one thing still remains on my mind. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running back to you.
Thanks, man. I think they gave up. Yeah, they just gave up.
When the world takes hold, it never lets you go. Through the snow, we got a long way left to do. You don't have to be downhearted. Let's return to where we started. You don't have to be downhearted, 'cause I'll be the one fighting for you. I'm fighting for you. When our love is away.
I'm a time trial expert, actually. In real life, that's what I do. Oh, sorry, girl. Brain not on. Thanks, Steely. Suffer, baby. Suffer. Yeah, Weebles. Secure it, baby. Word. Hey, vassal. Thanks, Josh. You guys are awesome. Slater almost had it. They dangled at 3 seconds for a long time. I almost gave up on it. It was so close. Yeah. Thanks. Oh. Let's go. Oh, baby. Yeah, baby. Ah! Yeah. Whew. Oh shit. Pretty safe, Basalt. Woohoo, baby. That was tough. Son of a biscuit. um Woo. It's 5 miles, 6 miles, so probably 15, 18 minutes. Probably 15. When I took off, I had a 3.2 average. Yeah. Look at my average watts per kilogram. Second place was a half a watt per kilogram over me. August 11th is the state TT. Okay, Weebles, points racing. I don't know, Basalt's Cat 3 or Masters, I gotta find out what other guys are racing to. I haven't even committed to racing it. See how the fitness comes around. For points racing, here's my thought on that, Weebles. People are gonna go for it every 4 laps. So I would be tempted to follow one of those moves for the 4-lap points and counter-attack it. They're gonna come across the line and sit up, and like, the next corner, or if it's a big long straightaway, as soon as they sit up, slingshot and just launch all you got. And try to get away that way. Try to use that natural, everybody's cooked from chasing that and counter it. I'm power cycling the kicker. Turning the kicker on and off. Yeah, I mean, if you want to try to break away to get the points, I think maybe the second, you got to let a little fatigue build into the group, so maybe the second or third. So what do you got? It says 24 laps. They're going to go at 4, 8, 12. Maybe sometime around maybe that 8 or 12. Yeah, the second point. Yeah, and if you get a few guys with you, that's alright. But I think you can break the group that way, and at least whittle it down. But I think that move's only good once. Make sure the race has been hard enough that you think you can pop it with that move. So if it's been fairly easy up to lap 8, or nobody like attacks really hard for lap 8, you might want to wait till 12. And if it doesn't change for 12, you can go after it then.
When times are down, you know I'll be with you. Yeah, times are rough, this time I see it too. All this bullshit drama, I can see right through. Everybody wants something they can't have, so they gon' put it on you. Wherever you go, yeah, you can take me there. Over the ocean, I can see us there. Let's run away and be forever young. We'll catch the sun where there's no need to run. Wherever you go, yeah, you can take me there. Yeah, you can take me there. Yeah, you can take me there.
Looking at race results, just gonna see how things shook out.
Yeah, you can take me there.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of have to, see how it goes, and what you have to realize when you get in the race is you have to be flexible with your strategy, right? Worth a go, see how it goes, and depends on how you got for like teams and stuff too. I mean, if you got some teams that are always setting a guy up for the points or something like that, they may have guys that'll sacrifice themselves to pull you back, or they may try to go with you. And then in the end, Weeble's like, is the points different than the winner, or does the winner be the guy who doesn't necessarily win the race but wins the points? I mean, how's the overall race? Like, is points a secondary competition, or is points the race? And like, how many more points do you get on the finish line versus the intermediate? Last lap is double points. But the winner of the race is no way the winner, right? Like, that's no guarantee. Yeah. Interesting, interesting.
Yeah, you can take me there.
But if you're away before lap 16, you're guaranteed to win. If you stay away. So if you go at 12, even if you get no points up to lap 12, nobody should be able to catch it, right? If you, well, I guess if they won 4, 8, and 12 and get second place the rest of the way, they might clip you still. that's assuming that they can basically win every points thing except for when you're broke away. That's an interesting race format. I've never done something like that. Yeah, I think that's the spot to do it. What's the course like? How long? Super technical, pretty fast. Any hills? Trying to figure out like what it favors. Yeah, what I'm debating about, like, on course, too, like, I'd rather time trial away on a fairly flat, fast course, but they're also more able to work together to catch me on a course like that. If it's super technical with hills and stuff, it's a lot harder to organize a chase, because, you know, guy will be on front and go through a corner and want somebody to pull, but you can't. Yeah. Okay. But the tight corners will break apart their chase, right? Like, they gotta accelerate out of the corners and all that, too. So, any hills or technical corners are at least going to break their momentum. As far as just rotating poles. You know, if all the corners are big, wide, sweeping corners, they can hold a lot of momentum, use that draft, and really, really pull hard to get you back. Right now, my pedals have a 27 to 73 left-right balance reading. Okay. Tight corners, yeah. So what that does is, even if somebody pulls hard, when you get to the corner, everybody has to accelerate equally out of the corner. So you're on a level playing field with them on that acceleration out of the corner. So the more of those you have to do, the more they don't have this draft advantage on you. Because while they're accelerating out of the corner, they really don't have an advantage over you. Or at least not a big one. Because there's not big draft until they get up to speed. Now, it's also key for you, if you get away in a situation like that, you know, soft pedal a little bit into those tight corners. You know, back off just a little bit early and really accelerate out of them. Burn those matches getting out of the corner and back up to speed. There's no reason to put 300 watts or 350 watts into the pedals 50 meters when you're going 28 mile an hour 50 meters from a corner you're slamming on the brakes. Coast into that, or soft pedal into that, and hammer it out. Yeah, Weebles, for sure. So when it comes time to needing to pace yourself and do work, just think about things like that. Like, don't super alter your you know, how you ride and things like that, but think about, like, where can you get those micro rests that don't lose you really any time, and where can you strike that match just a little bit harder to really get you time. So think about like a baseball runner running the bases. You know, they've done studies on this. The fastest runner is not the fastest base runner. If you go like run, if you grab track runners, they aren't necessarily fast at running the bases. Running the bases in baseball is all about acceleration. The guys with maximum velocity don't win running the bases. It's the guys who can get to their personal max velocity the fastest. Because they're at their maximum velocity for the biggest percentage of time between the bases. The guys that run the fastest start getting an advantage as the distance increases. But for that beginning portion, the faster accelerator has the advantage. And you think about that concept coming out of corners. If you save a little bit going in, and you're already up to speed, nice and arrow. So if you back off 1 or 2 mile an hour posting in before you have to jam on the brakes, you're going from 28 to 26 going in. You burn that match on the way out a little bit harder because you saved it going in. You may get up to maximum velocity 100 meters faster coming out of the corner, and you've overall gained a ton of time on the pack maybe that has gone in deep, slammed on the brakes. So you got to think about those things in all aspects of racing. Hills, especially when you're going solo, these are all time trialing techniques too, but they work when you're off the front, right? They apply when you're off the front in a race. So when you talk about hills, if you have any sort of elevation change in a crit like that, the hill is not over when you flatten out. The hill is over when you're back up to speed. So if you say, you know, your effort is 100%, you get to the hill, you go to 110%, right? You want to pour a little more into that hill. You don't go back to 100% when it gets flat. You go back to 100% when your speed gets back up to the velocity of your flatline speed. So that's how you want to ride the hills. You'll accelerate so much slower and get back up to maximum speed at the top of the hill, similar to a corner, if you back off at the top. And those same concepts apply in Zwift racing. I mean, we see that a lot on Zwift racing too. So those are some things to think about if you do happen to get off the front. You know, always try to use those places on course to take an advantage. Yeah, we will see. I mean, it works, right? It even works, you know, in racing when you're not trying to break away or anything, but a lot of times you find, like, you come up to the top of the hill mid-pack. If you rest right at the top of the hill, you end up kind of having to chase back sometimes. Or if you accelerate at the top of the hill, you end up on the front of the pack kind of resting and laughing at the guy that's chasing back, right? Because you accelerated. You were on the pointy end of the pack. You go down this little 3% incline, and you get to enjoy this nice little slingshot as the pack rolls up into you. And you get this other guy who got to the top of the hill and sat up. And all of a sudden, he's going orange numbers 2 seconds back to catch on. And in reality, you both performed equally on the hill. He just sat up 3 seconds before you. And you think about that in a race. You repeat those types of efforts multiple times in a race. It'll really kill you. Yeah, and I don't know, like, depending on the format and the course, like, do you get an advantage of, Yeah, do you get an extra advantage if it's a visible course versus an invisible course? And I say that is like, if you get away by, you know, a couple hundred meters, do you start getting out of sight? And, or are you, like, is it open enough where you're constantly going to be invisible, in sight of the other riders? You know, those things make a difference, too. All things to consider anytime you're racing. What we got out here? So did you guys see the Classics race announcement? Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it. Two minutes. Aha, Steely! Yeah. Alright. Is this a group ride with a gate in it and everything? I haven't actually witnessed that yet, so we need to ride one of those. We're gonna raid Steely here, guys. I'm gonna call mine quits. We're gonna go watch Steely, and we'll talk a little more tomorrow. Check out the Classics race series coming up. We might talk about that a little more as the weeks go by. Hope everybody has a good day. I'll be golfing tonight, so no more riding for me. And we'll see y'all later.